Okay, we are live. Greetings, Chicagoland. This is Munira with another episode of Munira's Musings. Our guest today is from Florida, Sheri Kaplan. Hi, Sheri. Welcome to Munira's Musings.
Hi, Munira. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. So Sheri is a healer, right? You're a healer and you help people fix themselves, I guess. So just so that everybody knows that I am Munira Zahabi, I am the niche navigator, and we help people find their niches. On this show, we showcase every person out there who has found their niche and who are helping other people with the gift they've received. So welcome to our show, Sheri. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Sheri Kaplan. I am also known as the Revitalizer. I help remove physical and emotional pain by removing energetic blockages. And how I use that is I use many different modalities of healing in my sessions with my clients to help move them from being stuck, being unclear, being unmotivated, being in pain, to be able to move forward with their life with confidence and clarity and happiness and having a pain-free body.
So I like the fact that you are saying that you remove energy blockages. We're just going to dive right into it. So I'm going to ask you, how do people know they have energy blockages, and what does that feel like?
You feel heavy. You feel like you can't move forward, like there's a weight on your chest and there's like an elephant just here, and you feel pressure here. You might feel a little blockage in your throat. You might feel stagnant and you don't feel like you can move forward in life, and you can't understand why. And you can't understand why you can't think clearly, or you know what you want to do, but you just can't do it. So there's like a disconnect in your body of your energetic field. It's like the way I look at the chakra system is they're like tires on the car, and they all have to be moving in the same direction. And if the tires are not moving in the same direction, then the car is not going to go, and they are the car. So my goal is to get all the tires moving in the same direction at the same speed so that they can move from point A to point Z with smooth sailing.
Okay, I understand that completely, but how would I know that it's energy blockages and not a medical ailment that I'm facing? I mean, I'm just asking for the public.
Most people, the pain in their body starts with emotional blockages. Emotional pain creates physical pain. Okay?
Oh, so it starts in the heart or in the mind.
It's an emotional, it's like emotions in the tissues. It's issues in the tissues. So you might, like yeah, they are issues in your tissues. And, cancer has to do with anger. And, even though we think it's all lifestyle, but there's a lot of anger in our body, and it starts building up and building up and building up and festering and getting thicker and thicker. And so if we release all these stuck emotions in our body, mind, and spirit, then things are going to be able to flow and with ease and grace. So you're not having restrictions and limitations, and you're not in contraction, you're more in expansion. When people are in a contraction, they're holding on and they can't let go and they can't be free. And when you're expanding, then you're in your motion, you're allowing things to happen, and you're not in resistance. So a lot of people don't know how to relax. They just don't know how to shut down. Like, just to come be with me for an hour, just to shut down their mind and leave everything behind. They're like, I forgot what it's like to not think.
Okay. Yeah, so our minds keep going at 100 miles an hour because that's what minds do. And you are saying it's important to give it a rest and not do anything, right?
Well, as you know, meditation is the new medicine. And it's about being present and being quiet and accepting what is. And the more we stop thinking, the more we can heal, because we get consumed. These wheels keep turning and turning and turning, and we can't be at peace with what is. And yes, once we quiet our mind and we can really start listening to the messages that come from above, our angels, masters, and guides, or our deceased loved ones might be trying to communicate with us. And I find that when I'm quiet, you know, even in the shower, that's when I get my best download messages, is when I'm quiet in the shower. I call those the downloads, and and then I just feel it, and I hear it. I hear these words and these messages, and I literally have to write on my bathroom wall what I just heard, because that was my moment of clarity. So yes, when we get quiet, we receive information, we receive messages, and then we allow ourselves to heal.
You know, it shows how compassionate you are with this. So I have one more question before we go into the niche part of it. Tell me why, if this methodology is so important and is so essential to our lives right now, why is it that the oncologists and all of the other physicians are not using this as a form of cure for diseases like cancer?
Well, I don't think we can get into that because there's money involved in cures.
I see.
There's money involved in cures. And there were doctors that were taken away from this planet because they had some cures for cancer.
I see.
Do you remember?
So it's a global economy thing.
Oh, there's a lot of money in cancer. Just like, you know, with AIDS, there's no cure for AIDS. And they think that they're going to come out with a vaccine when there hasn't been a cure for AIDS in 30 years or no cure for cancer. I don't get it. So there's an East-West medical system, and the more you know, the more they're going to take you down. And yes, there is cures for cancer. And I personally know somebody who had many friends that died because they knew the cure for cancer.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. So
But people can research it. They can go to naturalhealthnews.com, and they can read about all the doctors that got murdered or supposedly had accidents or supposedly had heart attacks or just had weird ways of dying last year because they had some answer and they wanted the product taken off the market.
Wow. Okay, so that's a controversy we don't want to get into, but thank you so much for sharing that. So tell me how you found your niche. What was your journey like? And
oh, how did it start?
Yes, let's start at the beginning.
Okay, let me see what time it is. All right, we got 30 minutes, 25 minutes?
No, we got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes.
10 minutes on this question or 10 minutes total?
10 minutes total.
Total. Oh, okay. So we'll make it short and sweet then. I thought we had a half hour. Okay. Geez, so I have a background in catering, event. I've always been in marketing, catering, advertising. I'm a caregiver. I was a organizer. I had all kinds of jobs. I wore all kinds of hats, and I was kind of finding myself. And there was a point in my life where I was really trying to find my purpose, like a lot of people right now. It was like, who am I and where am I going and what am I here to do to help serve the world? And I heard Dr. John Demartini speak at a conference in Miami that I attended, and I was like near the front row, and it was like he was talking to me. And he really resonated, and he woke me up because he asked me what my true values were, what was so important to me. What do I talk about? What do I spend my money on? Like, where do I go on vacation? What kind of books do I read? What surrounds my environment? What do I think about all day? So it really made me understand that my everything was healing. Because I was on my own path for healing, because I have my own autoimmune problem. So I was always trying to seek solutions for myself. So I was the one on the table receiving the services. And when he says healing, I said, okay, I've been told my whole life that I'm a healer, but I didn't know how to access my gifts. They said it was in my hands. They said it was in my astrology chart. They said I had a natural gift to be a teacher, a healer, a leader. I had to do with in the health field. And I said, okay, healing. And it was just like I had this Kundalini awakening. I just woke up and everything was about I had to do my healing. So at that point in my life, I had already Reiki level 2 and I did nothing with it. It just sat on the wall. I had a pretty little plaque on the wall and I didn't know how to use it. So I said, okay, let me go get my master's. So I went and got my Reiki Master's level the following weekend, and I got reattuned, and I posted it on Facebook, and I posted on my banner, and I had 300 likes and comments saying where, when, and how much. I was like, wow, I just went into business. Like, how am I going to do this? I didn't have a place to do it. I said, okay, I'm off work on Tuesday and Thursday. You can come to my house, and this is how much I'm going to charge. And I charged $28, and I was with them for 2 hours. And I was really, really busy. I was working from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. I was not even eating. I was just high on the energy. I was high on what was going on. I couldn't believe that this was working. People were giving me feedback, and they were healing. You know, they got off the table and they go, wow, what just happened? And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And like everybody who got off the table, I'm like, so what happened? What happened? So I would have them write testimonials to help give me confidence. Because if you're a new healer, you don't have a lot of confidence, and you don't know how much to charge. And you really need to build your self-worth at the beginning, because we're really at that point of like believing in ourselves and our abilities. And we have to also remember that it's not us doing the healing. We are the channel. We are the middleman of the healing abilities. You know, once the person receives and surrenders, then healing occurs. I'm just the middleman. Okay. But from that day forward, I didn't look backwards. That was that moment that I stepped into my power, into my place in the world. And it's been over 5 years.
Awesome. So what started out as a talk, right? And you said you had heard people tell you that it's in your astrological charts and in your hand. Who were these people that had said that?
Who were they? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been a soul seeker my whole life. So if there's anybody out there who loves, you know, astrology readings and numerology readings and tarot readings and psychics and mediums and channel, I'm hooked. Those are the best friends in my life, so much that I created a whole business out of this, and I'll share with that after. But when you need answers, you go to other people for the answers. Now I realize that I have the answers and people come to me for the answers. I become a channel. I become intuitive. I've tapped into my psychic ability now. So I've opened up the portal of my third eye in order to receive the messages from above. And I can see, hear, and feel things that are happening around me.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah, I picked up my own gifts. And along the way, you know, from starting with the Reiki, and then I went forward. Then I went for sound healing. I went twice. I went to hear my teacher, Jay Schwed. He taught me twice, and I never thought it would get to be what it was, where it would turn into the fact that I would do a once a week sound healing bath for the community for 5 years, which I did every week, called Revitalizing Monday, Revitalizing Tuesday, Revitalizing Wednesday. Now we're starting a new one, which is like a Revitalizing Saturday. And we just began that this past weekend.
Oh, so what do you do in those?
I have a virtual fair online. We just launched our first event. We did it on Lionsgate on Saturday, and we had over 21 practitioners participate, and we had 89 people who came through the room.
Oh, so this was the event that you were telling me about.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a lot of coordination. I became the engineer and the producer and the coordinator, logistics. I was saying it was like pulling off a wedding without a budget.
So, you know, so the thing is that despite of all of the hats you wore in your previous professions or previous jobs, you took all of that and were able to maneuver and
Pivot.
That's the word. Yes, thank you. Repivot into all of the things that you are doing now. So there's some people out there who've lost their jobs with COVID right now, and you know, who are not in a good place. And to help them out, how would you say they should pivot as well?
Okay.
Some words of wisdom, please.
Okay. Well, I sat frustrated for a couple of months in my house. I'm a healer. I'm a sound healer. I'm an organizer. I've been doing this for 5 years. Why can't I do it now? So how can we do what we do now, but virtually? Okay, we have to get creative. And I'm like, I've been doing what I've been doing. How can we bring us all to the same platform and make it work? Well, we got to do it, guys. We got to get creative. You can teach. Everyone is a teacher. Everyone has a gift and a skill. Everyone has advice. They're a coach. Whatever you love to do and it makes you happy, that's what you can teach. Whether you cook, whether you play music, whether you paint, whether you know how to do calligraphy, you could teach people. They have nowhere to go. This is our new virtual world. If we want to feel safe in our homes, so you allow them, you come into their living room, into their home, and you bring them some guidance, support, entertainment, engagement, inspiration, motivation. Everyone has something to offer.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I'm just downloading the things that you said, and the thing is, many people are scared right now, and what you're saying is awesome, because you can then repurpose and repivot, right? That's the word I was looking for. Repurpose and repivot into whatever you're looking into. Now, everybody wants good healing. What is one thing that they can do sitting at home that can just, help them bring some peace, inner peace?
Well, how to create inner peace? Allow self-time. Get your essential oils, get some crystals out, put on some nice music, shut the doors and say, leave me alone if you're living with other people. We have to just remember time for us to shut down our body mind in order to move forward. I have instruments sitting here in my living room. I can play sound healing all day long for anybody whenever they want it, anywhere in the world. And I have the gongs, the singing bowls, the Tibetan bowls, my bells, my chimes, all kinds of stuff. I got probably 30, 40 instruments over there. So all of us have instruments. You can even make your own instruments. If you feel stuck, I would like everyone to think about how to get unstuck. If you're feeling stuck, your chakras need to get opened up. So your chakras sometimes need a little bit of noise. So if you got something that makes noise, if you have something that makes noise, even a vitamin bottle, something that you can shake in front of you, just move it up and down your chakras and just open up your chakras a little bit. Sometimes they get a little sleepy and they get slow and they start protecting themselves, so they block up. But if you can clap in front of your chakras, you can take a bell, you can take a drum, you can take a Tibetan bowl, just open up your chakras in front of your chakras, and then you balance your chakras out. And then you put your hands on your heart, your throat, your third eye, your belly, your solar plexus. You can put it on the top of your head, the side of your head, right here. Just allow yourself to just to do this for a little while will just make you feel at peace. Just to lay down. People just love. It just makes you like when you were a child, when your mom touched your face, you felt loved, right? So when I do access consciousness bars, which you work on the 33 points on your head, I put my hands in different positions and people are just like, oh, and they're just loving, just to be touched and to be held. They don't realize it's so comforted just to have your head held.
That reminds me, the little ones, the grandkids, when they come over, they like a lot of noise, right? They like hide and seek, and it's a peekaboo. And all these games, the childhood games that we play with our grandchildren, are actually helping them and us, because then when we close our eyes and when we hold them and we, they have the noisemaker things that, but it kind of makes sense because you need that in your life, right? How do people find you, Sheri?
Well, I'm Sheri Kaplan at sherikaplan.com. And my event is Healers.Network. I have a group on Facebook called Healers.Network of South Florida, and the event is going to be always labeled Healers.Network Virtual Fair, and it's going to be every Saturday from 12 to 9 o'clock. We are live on Facebook under the Healers.Network group, and we are also on Zoom. And in order for you to participate in the breakout sessions for the event, we have a full day event every Saturday. We have over 20 speakers that speak from 20 to 30 minutes, and we have breakout rooms where you can visit them throughout the whole day. And we also have door prizes and raffles to give away as well. So it's always going to be a bit.ly link, bit.ly and it's going to be the date. The date will be 8/15, and it'll be virtual fair will be the link. But I also offer free chakra readings anywhere in the world, 20-minute sessions. I use my dowsing rods, my cards, and my pendulum to identify where the chakras are blocked.
Okay, so awesome. So, and then from there, you tell them what the problem is, and then they can offer them to work with you.
I provide solutions to their blockages. Correct. I help them move forward, get them unstuck. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sheri. This was an amazing little talk. I learned so much, especially about opening chakras. And the thing is, I'm not into healing a lot, but I think that's becoming a more important subject, because now that the world has seen and felt COVID, we need to understand that our healing powers have to be activated, right?
Well, we have to become our own doctors right now. We have to rely on our own immune system and keep ourselves strong and healthy. Once we set out the door and put ourselves in anybody else's breathing space at this point, we're taking some risks. So we need to be strong inside and keep our immune system strong. And I become an expert at it. So if anybody needs some support in that, I've been keeping my immune system strong a long time.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and find Sheri Kaplan. She is an intuitive healer, and she heals people. So in this time and day and age, we do need something like that. Some, miracle. This may be a miracle for a lot of people. So who knows, right?
Well, the fact is that I created this virtual fair. If I had an event live and now I pivoted and I brought it online, that's what everybody needs to think about. What did you do before and what can you bring online? So now all these people are involved. They don't have to get in their car and drive to an event or an expo. They literally just put on their Zoom and open up their house and they're in business.
There you go. So you know what,
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, your health is important. Second of all, pivot. You have to be creative to figure out what your gifts are, what you know, and now you can change that to create something else. And if you have any issues or any problems or any hurdles, we have Sheri right here, and then you have me as the niche navigator who can help you with all of these things, or find a coach that can help you. With that said, if you like this show, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, Sheri. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.